Hello, hi friends. This is Patty Bennett. I have a beautiful card to share with you today, actually two different versions. And we are going to make this. I'm going to show you how to make this. So welcome if you're joining me live on Friday, November 17th on my business Facebook page. But welcome also if you're watching a replay, because I know most of you do watch either a replay on my blog, my business Facebook page, or on my YouTube channel. So no matter where you're joining in, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. So if you are joining live on Facebook, you should see the little red live button in the corner, and I would love for you to say hello. If you're watching a replay, skip ahead for a minute because you won't miss a thing. We're just going to spend a couple of minutes saying hello to everybody and making sure technology is all streaming correctly, and then we will get started. So, hi, I see Stacy, Mary, Donna, Shan, Christine, Sonia. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jean in North Dakota. Hi, Rosie. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy that you're here. So again, this is Patty Bennett. I do blog my Stampin' Up projects at pattystamps.com. And if you are looking for close-ups of these projects so that you can pin them to Pinterest or print them out or however you like to save them, they will be on pattystamps.com on Saturday, November 18th. If you're looking for the instructions, which we're going to go over today, I already put those on my blog today. So on pattystamps.com, you'll find this free download there today. It will probably make more sense once we make this today together, and I show you a couple of little tips and tricks. And then if you follow along on this later, then I think this will make more sense because I'm not sure this is how my brain works, but I know we all learn differently. Some of us like written instructions, some of us like a video, some of us can look at a picture and just dissect it and figure it out. So however you learn is totally fine. And if this is helpful to you, then I'm happy. So I did this a few days ago and it is on my blog today as a free download. So don't run over there right now because I don't want to lose you, but as soon as we're done, if you hop over to Patty Stamps, you will see it. Let me just see if there are more. Yes, we have a few more people. Hi, Jean. Hi, Sharon, Barbara, Ann, John, Robin. So good to see you all on here. Thank you for joining in. It's so nice to see you. So I do have to tell you something. Almost makes me want to cry because I have had this project in mind for many weeks. I wanted to make it. I was trying to get through some other obligations, some other posts, some other projects, other events. And I thought, well, I'll just do this, closer to December. And what happens is then I run the risk of this paper not being available. And that's what happened last night. Can you believe it? Last night, this paper ran out. So I'm super, super sad. I knew I ran that risk by waiting to share this with you, and it happened. And so my hope is that you have this paper so that you can make this amazing project. And if you don't, I'm sorry. It is not coming back. Stampin' Up! Has put it on the no longer available list, and I'm really sorry. I had this brief minute yesterday of saying, well, maybe I just won't share this project, but I'm like, no, I've done all this work. I want to share this project, and oh man. So I apologize. I'm so sorry that it is not available. The paper is not available. You can still get the bundle. So I'll show you that as we work, but hopefully you have a pack of this and you'll be able to make this card, and if not, you can always make this design with something totally different. So this doesn't have to be Christmas. It doesn't have to be the journey to Bethlehem. It doesn't have to be, all of that. It can be something different. But it does bring me to something I wanted to touch on before we start crafting. The carryover list for this holiday catalog and this I call it the retiring list. They call it last chance products. Okay, both of these are available. They've been available for a few days. And here on my business page, if you, when we're done here with this video, if you go look at my post right before this video, you'll find the download for these. I've also been putting them in my last couple of customer newsletters, so you may already have these. But last night, I kind of reformatted these. I took out all of the non-English sets. So anything that might have been French or German or whatever, I took them out. It's just easier for my brain to see only the English. I highlighted the items that are discounted. That sale starts on the 21st. So up to 60% off starting on Tuesday the 21st. And then if you are like me, and this is a very overwhelming large list, because it is. This is a big list. Here's what I did. This is how my brain got through this. I started with the carryover list. This means products that will be available either in another catalog or in our online store, even when this catalog is done. So what I did was I took my list, I went page by page, starting with page 9, and I circled the items that are carrying over. That was easier for my brain. And then I knew everything else on this page is retiring. And it's a little bit shocking when you see how many things are going. So I was super happy to see that this stamp set and these dies, which I think is my second favorite thing in this whole catalog, that they will still be available. Now, I don't think they'll be available at the bundle price. So if you want the 10% discount, you'll want to grab that bundle now, but at least this will carry over. And I just went through, let me just take a minute here and just, this won't take but a minute. I'll show you all these things that are carrying over, which means everything else is going. This gorgeous navy and gold ribbon is going to be available. So happy. Everything else is going. Going. Again, this is staying, the trees and the tree dies, but the bundle price I do not think will still be available. So that's another reminder to grab that 10% off now if you want it. On this suite, the only thing staying is that beautiful embossing folder. It is so lovely. Snowflake Sky. I love it. So glad it's staying. So sad everything else is going. Staying. Okay, still available. Carryover list. If you're just jumping in, we're talking about the carryover list for the holiday catalog. So these two background stamps, you've seen me use this. I have a post coming up. I think it's this coming week or the next week. I can't remember which week. I have some cards with this beautiful background stamp on my blog. Okay, kind of shocking. The only thing staying is the ribbon. Like, I don't know about you. I am too, Mary. Sorry to see the bear punches retiring. I know. That's okay, Tammy. That's all right. She said, sorry, I'm late. Okay, good. So Mary says this is what I do too. It makes the carryover list in the catalog. It's more digestible, right? It's easier to see. All of this is going. This is my favorite bundle. So sad to see it going. All of this is going except the gold cards. And I love these. I am in the midst of making 400 of these for my downline Christmas cards. So I'm so glad those are staying because they're beautiful. Then in this selection suite, I don't know about you. I'm a little surprised. This paper is staying. I circled it over here. But this paper is staying. So glad this ribbon is staying. And these gems are staying. So it just surprised me. The snowflakes are staying. Again, bundle pricing probably going away. So if you want the 10% discount, you'll want to grab the bundle. Now, these two products are staying. Everything else is going. I mean, I'm just shocked. I don't know. It just seems like so much of this is going. Autumn Leaves bundle. Bundle price probably going, but you can get the items. Rustic Crate. So glad this is staying because I did not have enough time to work with this. So I'm super happy that I can still use this, work this into spring with the crate. Really happy about that. Love this set. Happy that it is staying. Shocked that the masks are going. Yes, I'm just reading your comments. I am really shocked that so many things are going. All of this is going. Super shocked that this is going. I can't believe that we will not carry over that pumpkin punch. Pretty sure I'll hang on to that. Happy that the pearls are staying. Okay, that's a good one. You know what? I think this punch is staying, but I didn't circle it. Wait, let me just check. Page 53. Oh, 50. Oh, I circled it over here. I forgot this carries over to the next page. So yes, the punch is staying. Not the set, but the punch is staying. Love, love, love this. So happy this is staying. Sorry, I was just distracted for a minute. Yeah, I'm Robin. I'm surprised that the masks are going as well. This bundle is staying, not as a bundle, but I'll be honest, little surprised that is staying. This is staying. This set is staying. This set is staying. Yay, the dies are staying. Okay, I don't know why I didn't circle that. Hang on, gotta be up to date here. Why didn't I circle that? I don't know. I'm so happy. I figured they would stay. And the curved label punch is staying. And then, so that's it. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. Sorry for that little sidetrack, but I knew well, I hoped that would be helpful for you to see it that way rather than going through the whole retiring list. And again, these are available in my newsletter that I've sent out, and they are on my business page today. You can scroll back to the post before this video to download them. They will also be on my blog next week. But anyway, back to this. So this paper has already sold out, which is my reminder to tell you that everything is while supplies last. So don't forget, anything that you see on that list, don't wait too long, okay? So we are going to look at this card. You're welcome, Faith. I'm glad. And thank you, Tammy. I'm glad that was helpful. I don't know why the retiring list overwhelms me, but that carryover list, my brain works better to know what's staying. That's helpful to me. So anyway, I'm glad it was helpful. Okay, back to the card. So this trifold card, I just think is gorgeous. And I am making about 8 of them for special family members and friends. And the idea would be, of course, this can be kind of hard for you to see, but it would be up on your mantle or your desk or maybe your kitchen counter, and you would enjoy it throughout the holiday season. And there are 2 different patterns of this Oh Holy Night paper that I feel work best. So I made one of each to show you, and we're going to make one together. And it really doesn't matter which one you use. I think they're both stunning. And I'll let you in on a little secret. There's a big mistake on this one. There's also a mistake on the second one I made. And I don't know what was wrong with my brain, but you can probably see what the mistake is. I don't have these 3 pieces of paper in the right order. So these don't meet and these don't meet. But now you know that, but nobody else knows that. So just don't tell anybody that I made a big mistake. And when you do it, you can be a little more careful in putting your 3 pieces together. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. But anyway, I still love the cards no matter what. And I kind of don't think people would notice that, but you never know. I will tell you a couple other things I did differently between the 2. This one, this manger piece, I think you can see, is popped up with dimensionals, or I actually cut my foam adhesive sheets into little strips, little fine strips, but it does make it kind of hard to fold this up. You kind of have to like push down on these edges to get this to fold. So not the end of the world, but once I realized that that was sort of an issue, I decided that the rest of them that I make will just be flat. So this is just glued right down to that center panel. And I popped up the Mary, Joseph, Baby Jesus, and the Wise Men and the Shepherd instead, and the animals. I popped those up instead, and then it folds much easier. Now you could, and I think I saw somebody do this, you could actually make 2 score marks and give this some depth to fold more like almost a box. You know what I mean? Instead of one line, there would be 2 score lines and there would be some depth. You could do that. I just chose to make it a little simpler. And let's see, what was, oh, I know the other thing that you're probably going to notice on the free download, and you're going to say, why in the world did you cut 1/8 of an inch off the paper? Why didn't you leave it 8.5 by 11? The reason is, if you take that 1/8 of an inch off, you have 3 equal sections of 3 5/8. And I kind of felt like measuring to 1/8 of an inch is like enough of a challenge for a lot of people, including myself. And if we went into like 30 seconds of an inch to make them 3 equal pieces because of the 11, I was like, no. So that's why I took 1/8 of an inch off and divided it into 3 equal sections. So I just wanted to explain that. And, oh, okay, Tammy said she didn't notice. Okay. Yeah, right. That's true, Vicki. Who's to say that the sand dunes didn't fall that way? Thank you. Thanks for your support on that. So I just wanted to explain that, why that is 1/8 of an inch less than 11 inches. Scoring 3 equal sections, very easy. I'll show you how to do this triangle. And then down here, this section is the instructions of how to cut the 3 pieces of designer paper. And I will show you how to do that and assemble it. And then I'll just show you what I did to cut out these die cuts from the bundle. So we'll look real quick at the bundle. This is the Night Divine bundle. And you saw that I used the Oh Holy Night on the inside on a deckled circle. And on the front, I've used this one, He Shall Be Called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And those are stamped on the scalloped contour. I was going to say scalloped rectangle. Well, they are, but it's called scalloped contour. So that is the 2 greetings that I used out of the set. You could use any of them, but I used that out of the bundle. And then, of course, I think I used everything here except the clouds. I didn't feel like this needed clouds, but I used the other pieces, and I'll give you some tips on that. So, yes, Mary, good question. It does mail in a regular size business envelope, because this really is just like if you printed out a flyer and you folded it in thirds. It's the same thing. It's the same size. And that's what a business size envelope is for folding a regular 8.5 by 11 in thirds. So yes, it fits in a regular business size envelope. Hi, Kat. I'm glad you're catching me live as well. Oh, good. Linda just got the bundle. Oh, I'm so glad you got it. And hopefully you got some of the paper. Again, I apologize if you're tuning in late. This paper sold out last night, and I was just devastated when I saw that late last night, but I thought, nope, I'm still going to do this and show you how to make this. So let's get to cutting and scoring. And if you missed the beginning, this is available today, will be available again tomorrow on my blog, pattystamps.com. It says download the PDF tip sheet, and that's where you will get this. So you can grab that off of my blog. I elected to use Night of Navy cardstock. I thought that was really nice and dramatic, and just really, I don't know, I think it just set a really great nighttime sky feeling to this card. So Night of Navy, you could pick a different color if you'd like. And on our sheet here, the first thing it says we're going to do is cut it to 8.5 by 7 1/8, which means we're just cutting 1/8 of an inch off of this long dimension. The easiest way to do it is to scoot it right over to the 1/8 mark. So if you go halfway between the track and this line, that is the 1/8. Okay, so we're just going to cut 1/8 of an inch off. So it'll be that much comes off. Okay. And then we are going to score. And the easiest way to do it is 3 5/8 from each end. That's really the easiest way. I've got that little tip right here. Score 3 5/8 from each end. So to find that, you want to go to 3 1/2 and then 1/8 more. So you are not quite to 3 3/4. So go to 3 1/2, add 1/8. Make sure that you put your cutting blade aside and use your scoring blade. So 3 5/8 and score, and then turn it around and same thing. So you go to 3 1/2 and then you add 1/8, and that is 3 5/8. And measure twice, cut once. You know, that's always the rule of thumb, right? Let's see. No, they are not restocking that paper. I'm sorry, maybe you missed the beginning, but no, it is gone. I am so sorry. So now what we're going to do is we are going to measure down 2 inches from this top right corner and make a mark with a pencil. So what you can do is just use, let me close that so I can put my hand here. You can just measure down to this 2-inch mark right here and make the mark, or you could use your grid paper. You could grab a ruler, whatever works best for you. Since we're here with our trimmer, I just elected to measure down 2 inches and make my mark. And then I'm just going to diagonal this into my trimmer. That 2-inch mark that we made, we're putting it in the track. And then we just pivot until this score mark hits the track. And that's going to be the line that we cut off. Okay, so if you can see, that's this triangle that gets cut off. Now, here's a tip. I find that, excuse my reach, if I just glue this, I'm going to put it up there. If I just glue that down and then pivot this into the track, I don't have to measure anything else, and these are going to be exact mirrors of each other. I don't have to worry about mismeasuring. Is that a word? I don't have to worry about doing it wrong. And then this is just garbage. It doesn't matter that they're glued together. So, ta-da! There we have our base for our card. And I'll grab a bone folder. Why is there a little moth flying around in here? Good heavens, that's distracting. Sorry about that. And then you might find that folding it one way or the other works better. And you just kind of give the whole thing a flattening with your bone folder, and it will just kind of ease it all into place. Okay, so there's the base of the card. Let's see. The links are not working from the website. Jackie, can you tell me what link and which website so that I can help you with that? Thank you. I'm so glad you think this is a great presentation. So kind of you. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that tip, Kat. Okay, so now we're going to talk about cutting the designer paper. And in this package, I felt that these were the two best pieces to use. And so I am making cards with both of them. So it allows me to make 4 cards per pack if I do 2 of these and 2 of these. So that's what I'm doing. And let's see if I can cut this one correctly today, because I've done it wrong twice. So let me redeem myself and we'll do that. All right, so what you want to do, well, you can do it however you want. Here's what I did. So it says that we're going to cut 3 strips into 3/8 inch wide. But rather than doing that on the whole sheet, what I did, let's see, she got it to print from Facebook. Okay. Okay. I hope whatever was wrong is fixed. I'm sorry. I didn't know what was broken. Okay. What I did, instead of cutting 3 strips on the whole thing, is I turned it, and this isn't on here because I thought this might be too confusing, but I turned it so that I could cut, sorry, let me hold it still so you don't get dizzy. So that I could cut the height first, the 8 1/4 first, and then I cut my 3 strips. That way, it gave me this whole piece that I could use on another project, or I want to show you something that I was doing. You can see here, I was using the extra strips to cut out the camels, the sheep, the Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. So it allows you have a bigger piece to use on something else. And so I started by cutting the whole thing at 8 1/4. And let me just double check before I actually cut this. I'm just going to read. 8 1/4 is the tallest one. So I just cut 8 1/4. Set this aside to use this on something else. Now I'm going to flip it and do my 3 pieces at 3 1/8. And it's just a paper saving thing. Excuse me, 3 3/8. 3 3/8, 3 3/8, 3 3/8. It's just a paper saving thing and allows me to keep that strip for something else. So for 3 3/8, you go to 3 1/4 and you add an 1/8. Okay, and now I'm going to put them in order so that I don't mess this up again. So go to 3 1/4, add an 1/8. That's my middle piece. 3 3/8. Go to 3 1/4, add an 1/8. Okay, this is extra. I'm setting it over here. I'm going to keep these in order until we do our other cutting. Let's see. Yes, that, Lois, maybe you missed the beginning. This is sold out. It sold out last night, and I decided to go ahead and do this video because I put so much effort into all this. I didn't want to just not do the card for you. So here's my 3 pieces. Okay, they're in order. Look, the dunes line up. I'm going to take my middle piece, and it is ready just to glue right onto the center panel. So it is the right size, 8 1/4 by 3 3/8, to just go ahead and put right in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do. Just so that's done, out of the way. Don't have to get it mixed up with anything else. Don't have to think about it. Okay, so that was our middle panel. And now we need to do the diagonals for the sides. And this part hurt my brain. So I did all the math for you, so your brain doesn't have to hurt. So in order to get it so that you have a nice border all the way around, see how there's an equal border all the way around, here's what I came up with, and maybe you'll find something else that works. But I had to cut those 2 edge panels to 8 1/8 and do that diagonal trick at 1 7/8, not 2. And then that gave me the perfect border. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see, what was the question? No, the navy is 8.5 by 11, and we cut 1/8 of an inch off. So we are going to cut 1/8 of an inch off these 2 pieces. And I'm cutting them together because you can. And I think this is where I messed up, because when I did that, then I didn't put them back in the right order. So I'm going to double check. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's how I got them out of order. Because when I cut the 1/8 of an inch off, then I put them back in the wrong order. Okay, so we're keeping them in the right order now. Yay. Oh my goodness. And I am going to make a mark at 1 7/8 down from the corner. So 1 7/8. So you look at the 2-inch mark and you go up 1/8. And I am going to go from that mark to the corner, and that will be my diagonal for this piece. And then we will kind of do it opposite for the other one. I think that's it. And just a tip, when you go to cut, don't let your trimmer blade hit the corner. It can mess up the corner. It's always better to go on a solid edge, a straight edge. So I'm going to go toward the corner, not corner down. So let's just make sure this one fits before. Yay! Look at that, perfect border. Aren't you glad I did all that math for you? I'm sure you are. And then we can do that same little trick, and we can glue this on over here and make that cut. Or you can measure it. You know, it's totally up to you. You don't have to do this little trick. I just think it's kind of a cool little trick. And then we can make that cut. And I'm going to catch up with your comments in just a second. I can see them out of the corner of my eye, but I don't want to take my eye off of this project at the moment. So I'm going to finish cutting these, and we're going to glue them on, and then I'm going to catch your comments. All right. So yay. Not too bad, right? And if you need to go back and watch this video again, you certainly can. I will have the replay on pattystamps.com tomorrow, which is October 18th. You can watch it on my YouTube channel this afternoon. It'll be there later this afternoon. Or you can watch the replay here on Facebook. So whatever works for you. And I do like the liquid glue for this because it lets me just shimmy those right into place and get that really nice, I'm not going to say perfect, but really, really nice border. Yay, look, I did it. It's not backwards. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so if you feel like you've got this, you are welcome to hop off. If you want to hang out with me a minute, I'm going to show you some tips for how I die cut and assembled the pieces in the center. But give me just a minute. I'm going to look through the comments. Oh, thank you, Jean. She said you make it look so easy and follow along that we can make this project. Yay, that's my goal. Yay. Oh, Karen, I've done that as well. She said when she was making a project with multiple pieces, she flipped it over and wrote the number. I've done that as well. I think I did that on one of my videos as a tip. Yeah, it can really help. Does it tell us to cut the 1/8 of an inch off from the top? Yes. So it says to cut the 1/8 of an inch off the 2 side strips. Yeah. So it does tell you that. And up here, you're cutting this one to 7/8 with it, which is an 1/8 of an inch off. So yes, I included that. Let's see. Oh, good. You're welcome, Kat. She says, thank you for doing the math. Oh, good. Thank you, Kathy. I'm glad. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Does Stampin' Up! Sell envelopes? They used to sell the slimline envelopes, but they don't anymore. And it's just a regular business size envelope. You can even get those at the dollar store. You know, just the white business size envelope. Like when you make a flyer and you fold it in thirds and you want to mail it, that's the size that this fits in. It's the same exact size. 8.5 by 11 folded in thirds. So, yeah. Okay, so let's die cut. I want to give you some tips for die cutting and decorating the inside. I found in this pack of paper that there was this sheet, which you could also make this same scene with this sheet, but I love the blue and the blue sky better than this. So what I was using this sheet for, I put the, we'll call it the manger. It's the structure, right? The manger structure, the wood structure. I put that on. I put this on it. I put this on it. I put all the animals on it. And what happens is when you die cut them with a piece like this from this package, you get these pieces that have different coloring to them. They're not just a plain color. And nothing wrong with die cutting these in a plain color. You could use, well, I would probably do crumb cake or even copper clay or maybe the pecan pie, any of those. You could do a plain one. But I really loved how this gave them all these different colors. So that's what I was using. There's a couple of pieces in this pack that are like that. Now, if you didn't get this pack in time, and like I said, it sold out last night, I'm going to show you an alternate that you can do. If you take your piece of crumb cake or whatever kind of neutral you have, and you sort of haphazardly apply color, I did copper clay and pebbled path. I'll show you what I did. There's probably still some on here. Okay, and this was the pebbled path. Yeah, there's still ink on here. I just kind of haphazardly added some color to it. And then I put my pieces on and die cut them. And that gave me some pieces that had some interest and different colors. So if you don't have this pack, that's something that you could do. And one more tip, I want to show you this. I took my copper clay and you can do this either on the cardstock or you can do it on this paper. Either way, I added copper clay. Just be careful not to like put it all over your hands. I just added copper clay and it kind of disappears, but it's there. I mean, it looks like it's gone, but it's there. Look, I've got it on my fingers. Hang on. Ugh. Put it on the die. Okay. And then try not to get it inky all over your fingers. Now I'm going to try to carefully put it down, and I'm going to use my little Post-it flags to anchor this in several places. I don't want this to move because it will smear. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this piece right in the middle. I'll do that just so it gives it a little more space. And let's cut a couple of lambs out of here. And I'm going to turn around and die cut this to show you what this mangery structure thing looks like. So talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. I'm going to die cut die cut this. Please hold. Okay, so here we have our piece. I know that was a lot of Post-it flags, but I really didn't want this to move around. So I'm going to clean this. I'm just going to just dab it directly onto my chamois like that, and that will clean it. And then I'm going to wipe it off with just a dry towel. Okay. So we have those pieces. So do you see what this did? The wood grain in that die now has some color. Isn't that cool? I really liked how that looked. And then I did one more thing. And that is, let me see if this, this still has ink on it. This is Pebbled Path. I'll add a little more Pebbled Path. Ooh, that's juicy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's why you always test your brush on your scrap paper. And I randomly added some Pebbled Path to that. Okay, so that gives it even more color and texture. And I'm going to do the same thing to this piece. I don't know why this is stuck in this one little spot. It hadn't stuck before, so hang on, I don't want to rip anything. It's Mary's hair. Come on, Mary, give it up here. That was weird. Okay. So that ripped a little bit, but we'll glue it, we'll make it work. So then I'm just going to give a little bit of that extra color on there with the Pebbled Path and the copper clay. Just give it a little extra. And then we're going to die cut. I really loved this. I'm going to use one of these blue scraps, and I'm going to die cut Mary, Joseph, and Baby Jesus out of the blue. Out of the blue. That sounds funny, doesn't it? I'm going to cut it out of the blue because I felt like it really helped to stand out, and I thought that was really lovely. So I just need to put them in the middle in the blue. So please hold one more moment while I cut this. And then as I make more of these, I'm going to use the parts up here for extra camels and the sheep. Hang on. Do you ever lose pokey tools? I swear I've got like 12 of them, and I don't know why they disappear constantly. Anyway, I will use up all of those scraps. You can see here I've done a lot of them already out of that extra paper, and it's just a great way to get a little extra color, contrast, different colors, and use up all that paper. So we will snip. Oh, and I see another tip. that I'm going to give you. I was kind of hoping it would happen, and it did. Okay, do you see right at the top of Mary's head, I caught like a little bit of the star on that paper that I die cut? So I use my blends, and let me see which one is going to go. Let me try. I think that'll work. I'm just going to, and as that dries, that's going to blend in. I'm going to cover that white spot with some blue blend color. So we can glue these on top. Oh, you know what I just thought of? You could also just color right on top of the brown die cut. You could color and make it blue if you wanted to. I just thought of that, but it's all right. I like it die cut and that extra layer. So there we have the contrast then with the two colors. So one more tip I want to share before you go. When you are assembling this, because of this dimension right here, this center dimension, these little ends kind of get pinched if you fold this. So I found that I need to take my snips, and I'll show you. It's like barely anything. You're just going to cut off about that much, top and bottom, left and right, so that this folds perfectly. And when I discovered that, I thought, well, the other solution would have been to make this middle panel 1/8 of an inch wider. So that's an option. If you want to rework the math, feel free. I stuck with the math that I did. Then this nestles just absolutely perfectly right in that center. And before I stick down this top, I'm going to add the Oh Holy Night. I already stamped these. Tuck that under right there. Okay. And then, like I said, rather than popping this up, which makes it difficult to fold, I'm going to pop this up in the middle. And you can use, if you want to use little pieces of your adhesive sheets, you can do that. If you prefer to use mini dimensionals, you can do that. Whatever adhesive is working for you. And I promise I will catch your comments in just a minute. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the tips. Thank you, everybody. I will read through all your comments in just a minute. But I hope you like this. I hope, even though this paper sold out yesterday, sadness, 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 I hope that you will still enjoy the idea, adapt it to different projects, or if you already bought this paper, yay. So glad that you have it, and that way you can create this. And then I would just glue my other animals on here. Let's see, maybe this one, because that's a little more of a contrast. Oh, and here's a tip. Hang on, let me show you this tip. So if you want a camel and a wise man to face that way, or you want a piece to face the opposite direction, take your die. Let me just grab the camel, for instance. So instead of cutting him this way, flip it over and cut it this way. And then when you use this side, he'll be facing the other way. So that's what I did here, is I die cut this shepherd and this camel from the back side, and I put them here so that everybody could be coming to the manger to see the baby Jesus. So, my friends, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to hang out for a minute and check on your comments. Give me a heart or a thumbs up if you liked it. Let's see. Oh, good. Carrie says we'll leave the math to you. Thank you. I don't mind doing the math. When I figure it out, it's great. Oh, thank you, Faith. This is an awesome project. Beautiful. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joanna. Oh, good. Yes, Diana ordered a second pack. Awesome. Oh, good. Kathy, I'm glad you have an idea now. Thanks, Terry. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Sonia. Thank you, Josie, Diana, and Robin. Everybody, you are so kind. Thank you, Tammy. Thanks, everybody. Yes, Dana, I thought, in particular, I thought of my father-in-law, who was a minister for 50 years before he retired. He and his wife, I think, will like this. And then I think my brother and his family will love this. I have several people. Like I said, I'm making 8 of these, and I have several people that I hope will really enjoy this as a little keepsake. Thank you, Gay. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Jane. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, everybody. So kind of you. I am glad you enjoyed this. I am, again, so sorry about the paper selling out last night. Nothing I could do about that. And if you want this download, you can go to my blog, pattystamps.com. It's there today. All the photos of the projects will be on my blog tomorrow, November 18th. So thanks for joining me. Have a fabulous weekend. Oh, next week, I am not sure about my live next week. It'll be Black Friday. My family will be here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go live. So if you don't see me, I'm enjoying a day with my family, but I will definitely announce closer to next Friday if I will be live. So we'll see. I'm not going to promise yet. And then just a reminder, these will be on my blog Monday and Tuesday. They've been in my customer newsletter. They're on my business Facebook page today, and the sale starts on Tuesday, November 21st. So, all the info. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a fabulous weekend, a lovely Thanksgiving next week, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.